You're watching CKWS News at Noon. That was a warm one yesterday. 12 degrees for Kingston and parts of the region. Average high this time of year is around -1. We're not going to get that warm today. In fact, our high more or less already occurred for parts of the region. We were at 4 degrees this morning and then slipping to 2 degrees in the afternoon. Clouds starting to build. Not a whole lot of sunshine, and with those clouds could be seeing a rain-snow mix, maybe a millimeter or two. And then that system actually is going to stay with us overnight into tomorrow, and tomorrow's precipitation more or less in the form of flurry activity. There's the system that we're dealing with in the afternoon into tomorrow, and there's some of that flurry activity that you just saw go by. That's going to be tomorrow, and then by Saturday we start the day off with some sunshine and then mostly cloudy. However, we do catch a break from any precipitation for the weekend at this point, at least. Belleville, good afternoon to you. You'll get to 4 degrees today. That's +4 with that 1 to 2 millimeters of a rain-snow mix, and then -4 tomorrow. I mentioned temperatures are dropping for the end of the week. That's about as good as you'll get, Belleville. And dealing with the rain-snow mix as well. Could see a couple of centimeters. And then back up to above 0 for Saturday. A little bit of sunshine to begin the day and then mostly cloudy, but climbing to +3. Brockville, 4 degrees today. A trace amount of a rain-snow mix for you. A little later in the day, -3 for Friday. 1 to 2 centimeters of snow. And then back up to 2 degrees for Saturday. Mostly cloudy. Smiths Falls, good afternoon to you. Mostly cloudy for you today, getting to 3 degrees, and then -4 tomorrow. Yeah, from above average to below average. So we'll have the weekend for you, Smiths Falls, with 1 to 2 centimeters of flurries, and then +2 on Saturday. Here's how Kingston's next 5 days are looking, with up and down temperatures. Starting off today with a high of 3. We were at 4 earlier. A rain-snow mix, maybe 1 to 2 millimeters worth in the afternoon. -2 on Friday, a rain-snow mix. Possibility of some freezing rain, as we could see a couple of centimeters of snow. And then up to 2 degrees on Saturday, mostly cloudy and some wind to contend with. And then up to 5 on Sunday, mostly cloudy. And then still above 0, above average for Monday. +4 with a light rain.
Freezing rain warning in effect for most of southern and eastern Ontario. When you get away from Lake Ontario, it becomes more of a snow and ice pellet. But most of us along those north shores of Lake Ontario looking at an extended period of freezing rain and ice pellets tonight, overnight. Windy conditions too, and as it switches to snow in the morning, blowing and drifting will be a possibility. We're hoping that later in the day it might actually clear up through the evening. You might actually see the cloud move out of the way, but then more cloud, a northerly flow, and maybe even a few more flurries as we roll into the weekend are possible, but not a huge probability. Looks like 4 was your high in Kingston today. Certainly not as mild as it was across southern and eastern Ontario yesterday. It was as high as 15 in Toronto. They got a 6 today. The same for Oshawa, Peterborough, and Belleville. That 4 in Kingston. It was probably more of a 6 as you got away from the water. 7 in Brockville, 7 in Smiths Falls, and a 6 in Ottawa today. So everybody within that same range, still above normal. Before we start complaining about how cool it was today compared to yesterday, your seasonal norm now is a -1, and we managed to hit 4. We're at a +1 now. Still quite a bit of a cloud in the area. We had a little bit of break in that cloud earlier, and now we're seeing that cloud increase. That chance of freezing drizzle to start your evening, moving in a little bit of rain, freezing drizzle mix, and then it's going to intensify once we get into the later evening. Just a trace of a shower today, a little spit here and there, but there's so much more to come. Here comes the low with its warm front. We won't stay in that warm sector for long, and that's why temperatures are going to drop into the minus range on the surface. A lot of that rain that will roll in will freeze as it falls to the surface. So, yeah, an extended period of freezing rain for most of those communities along the north shores of Lake Ontario. As you get up along the St. Lawrence and away from the lake, becomes more of a snow and ice pellet. It's not going to last long, though. We could see some significant accumulations up through Smiths Falls, but through the Belleville-Kingston area, it's probably going to be freezing rain accretion overnight with some ice pellets and a couple centimeters of snow in the morning. Another low moving to the northeast, still going to have an impact on it. So we see some partial clearing late tomorrow, but then we get into an increasing cloud and that chance of flurries moving through Saturday morning, not in a big way. You can see any of the active weather associated with that. It's quite far to the north. So this is where we're sitting now, already starting to see that mix moving in, and then it intensifies around midnight. We will see that continue for several hours too. It won't be until about dawn that we see things slow down, and then we get out of that, we get into more of a northerly flow, and we get into some snow through the morning. The winds are going to be fairly strong too, 30 to 50 k out of the north, so that's going to cause some blowing and drifting along with that snow. But around noon we see the active weather stop, and through the evening it starts to clear. And overnight it will be clear, but then by morning, by sunup Saturday, we see that increase in cloud again. There's about a 40 to 60% chance of flurries through Saturday morning and through the early afternoon, depending on where you are. I think it'll be about a 40% for the Belleville-Kingston area. Belleville, it's -3, and you're looking at, yeah, snow in the morning, but wow, you've got an extended period of freezing rain tonight with ice pellets. Significant accretion. I wouldn't be surprised to see 2, 3, maybe 4 millimeters of ice buildup on surfaces. Give yourself some extra time in the morning to clean things up before you head out. Saturday, mostly cloudy, a high 3. There is that 40% chance of flurries through the morning. And for Sunday, it's cloudy with a high of 6. So we do see it cool down tomorrow, but then we're right back to our regularly scheduled mild winter. Brockville, no different, a high -4 tomorrow. The big difference is you'll probably see more snow and ice pellets. There is a freezing rain warning. You will get some, but you'll probably get just a little more of the white stuff than you will the wet stuff. Saturday, mostly cloudy, a high 2. And a 30% chance of flurries in the morning. That could continue through to late morning, early afternoon. For Sunday, it's cloudy and a mild high of 7. Smiths Falls, -4 is your high tomorrow, and you can see 5 to 10 centimeters of snow and ice pellets. There is a risk of freezing rain, but you do not have the freezing rain warning. You're away from the lake. You're not getting the milder part of this, and so at best, a high of 6 by Sunday. That's as mild as it gets for you over the next couple of days. Saturday, it's a mix of sun and cloud in the high 2, not a bad day, but you do get quite cloudy on Sunday as it rises to that 6 Celsius. And Kingston, it's a -2 tomorrow. You've got that freezing rain warning for tonight. Extended periods, more intense after midnight until about dawn. And then we see it switch over to snow. You could see about 2 centimeters of snow and ice pellets in the morning, and likely to clear up around noon. For Saturday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high 2. There's that small chance of a flurry through the morning and early afternoon. For Sunday, it's cloudy, a high 5. For Monday, 4 degrees, still mild. Yes, and the chance of showers returning. Could be a mix on Tuesday as temperatures slip a bit, and even cooler over Wednesday and Thursday as the chance of flurries and periods of wet snow return to the region. Now your weather wallpaper.
Weather Wallpaper is brought to you by Pam's Flower Garden. Pam's, your local florist, delivering smiles across Kingston since 1962.
This one comes from Wendy Dawes of Kingston on a nice little drive west of Kingston, and managed to spot these 2 does Tuesday morning. They managed to get this lovely picture. And they seem to be just as curious in you, Wendy, as you are in them. Wondering what you're doing with that camera. Thank you so much, Wendy, for your photo. If you've got pictures to share with us, please send them to us at submissions@ckwstv.com. Let me line that up.
Here we are, right in there.
How you doing? How you doing?
Lovely picture, Bill. As always, we always get some great contributions from viewers, and for taking the time, thank you for doing that. So, Bill, as for the ice buildup, you said about 4 millimeters, but
3 to 4 millimeters wouldn't be out of the question for the Belleville-Kingston area. I think when you get further away, it's more of ice pellet and snow.
Definitely going to impact the morning commute, and maybe school buses as well then, right?
Yes, yes. The night crews certainly have their work cut out for them. Probably out already trying to pre-treat the roads. That's how you beat freezing rain. So, yeah, they're probably going to, they do have their work cut out for them. But yes, there could be some closures, or not school closures, but the cancellation of buses.
Yes, so be sure to watch out for social media first thing in the morning if you are waiting for a bus that may not show up. So, Bill, we'll get you back here with the 10-day outlook a little bit later. Thank you. Winter.
Yes, quite a mess moving in. Freezing rain warning, snow and ice pellets expected tonight. We can see a couple centimeters of snow in the morning, blowing and drifting too. For Saturday, though, things start to clear up a bit, and it looks like a small chance of flurries through the morning. A high 5 Sunday and cloudy skies for Monday, back to the chance of showers. And temperatures start to slip next week. By midweek, we're back into the minus range for daytime highs, even cooler Friday with a high -7 as the chance of flurries and light snow continues over Saturday and Sunday, remaining cool.
Looks like it'll be nice and mild, though, for the long weekend, if anybody wants to get outside. All right, we'll be right back. On the next...
We're watching CKWS News at 11.
Saw all kinds of people strolling around on Queen's campus in sandals and shorts yesterday as we reached the mid-teens in some parts of southern and eastern Ontario yesterday. I think some people may have taken it a little too far. And a very strong reminder tonight that it is still winter as we get into a freezing rain warning. A low-pressure system pushing through tonight will likely turn to snow by morning, but until we get there, it's one of those messy, wintry mixes, and that freezing rain warning is in effect for most of southern and eastern Ontario. As you get away from Lake Ontario, it's a little less freezing rain. The warnings aren't as prevalent, and you are looking more of a snow and ice pellet accumulation. High pressure trying to clear it up, but another low is moving in with cloud coverage. It will be in the north, and we probably might see a chance of flurries as a result of this Saturday morning for some of us, but really all it's really doing is just bringing in some cooler air. So we find temperatures up and then down again and up and down, and that's just the way it's been all winter long. Belleville -3 tomorrow as we see the freezing rain warning end in the morning and then turn to just some snow. We could see 2 centimeters of snow and ice pellets before it wraps up, and we see some partial clearing later in the day. Saturday, a high 3, mostly cloudy conditions, a 40% chance of flurries in the morning, and then for Sunday, a high 6, just cloudy skies. Brockville up to -4 tomorrow. You've got 2 to 4 centimeters of snow and ice pellets overnight. There's a freezing rain warning in effect for you as well. For Saturday, a high 2, mostly cloudy. For Sunday, a high 7, cloudy conditions. And in Smiths Falls, it's a cool -4 tomorrow as we see temperatures sort of stop rising. 5 to 10 centimeters of snow and ice pellets. You do have that risk of freezing rain, but not a warning for you. Saturday, it's a mix of sun and cloud with a high 2, rising to 6 on Sunday, and cloudy skies. Kingston, -2 tomorrow. Freezing rain warning in effect tonight. We could see a couple centimeters of snow and ice pellets in the morning, blowing and drifting too. Strong northerly winds for Saturday. It's a mix of sun and cloud, a high 2, as high as 5 Sunday. Cloudy skies. Up to 4 on Monday as the chance of showers return. Could be mixed Tuesday. Looks like some flurries Wednesday. Periods of snow are possible Thursday.